a pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in this position. In the position.
After their recent exchange of words, Floyd Mayweather decided to stop by Gervonta Tank Davis's training camp, even jumping in the ring for a few light rounds. Any old tension between them seems to have faded, and Floyd made it clear that his focus isn't on drama, but business. He explained that joining Tank's camp ahead of the Jake Paul fight made perfect sense. Having faced Jake's brother Logan in the past, Floyd says he understands exactly what kind of challenge the Paul brothers bring.
Similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but Jake Paul now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was.
Floyd was asked about his prediction for the fight. He didn't hesitate. He believes Tank wins, and wins convincingly. In boxing, size doesn't beat skill, he explained. If a fighter knows how to defend and stay sharp, you can't touch him. Logan couldn't touch me, and he was swinging for the fences. Floyd, alongside longtime trainer Calvin Ford, has watched Tank mature from a talented kid with raw power into one of the most composed and dangerous finishers in the sport. Though their relationship has had its ups and downs, Floyd says it's all about mutual respect now. That's why he's back working with Ford again, making sure Tank stays focused, sharp, and ready to silence any doubts when the first bell rings.
I think it's going to be a great event. Every time I fight is fireworks. Jake Paul coming in, he's much bigger, he's much stronger.
Calvin Ford, who's guided Gervonta Tank Davis since the very beginning, isn't the least bit worried about this fight. He's watched Tank handle bigger opponents in the gym countless times, so Jake Paul's size doesn't shake him. Ford says his only real concern heading into this matchup is the gloves. He doesn't want Tank wearing those big 12-ounce training gloves. Those are for sparring, not for fight night. Ford prefers that Tank uses 8-ounce gloves while Jake wears 10s, which he believes would make things fair and keep the action looking like a real fight instead of a practice round. He's already spoken to someone from Jake's team about it, but they didn't want to change anything. Ford says that's fine, but if Jake really wants to prove himself, he should drop the exhibition rules. Let him wear the 10s, we'll wear the 8s. Then it's a real fight, Ford said firmly.
Concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds.
Comes to the weight difference. Neither Floyd Mayweather nor Calvin Ford seem concerned at all. Jake Paul might be walking around at 190 or even close to 195 pounds, just a few pounds more than what was first discussed, but Ford didn't flinch. We signed the contract, so we're gonna handle business, he said. That's always been the Tank Davis mentality. It doesn't matter who's bigger, taller, or talks louder. Once the first punch lands, the ring starts to feel a whole lot smaller. The only thing still being talked about in Tank's camp is his decision to skip the rematch with Lamont Roach, a move that's raised some eyebrows among fans and analysts alike.
Paul brings something to media and to boxing. You cannot miss a fight. I like it, baby. I like the drama it's bringing, I'll be honest.
But nobody really cares about this fight.
Yeah, are you going to watch it?
Yeah, of course. That's how it's going to go. Nobody really cares, but everybody's going to watch it.
He said, nobody cares.
Calvin Ford didn't hold back when asked about the criticism. Tank makes people famous, he said with a grin. In his view, Lamont Roach wasn't even a headline name until Tank's was mentioned beside his. Ford calls that whole rematch debate meaningless. He believes that if any top fighter got the same kind of opportunity Tank did, they'd jump on it instantly. For him, this isn't about pride, it's about business. In boxing, chasing the biggest fights and biggest paydays always comes first. At the same time, Floyd Mayweather's presence in camp has completely lifted the atmosphere. You can feel the shift the moment he walks in. The gym feels sharper, more focused. Floyd moves around, offering small tips, reminding Tank to stay patient, think smart, and use his timing to break opponents down piece by piece. He keeps saying it over and over. Size doesn't win fights, skills do. And if anyone proves that, it's him. Throughout his entire career, Floyd faced bigger men and made them miss all night. That's the exact mindset he's trying to pass on to Tank heading into this fight.
You can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were to beat him or even knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. at the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away.
It's a little surreal seeing Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford working together again after everything that's happened between Floyd and Tank over the past few years. But in a way, it feels natural, almost like things have come full circle. Both men played a major role in shaping Tank into the fighter he is today. Explosive power in both hands, but calm enough to control every moment inside the ring. Sure, there's been tension in the past, but at the end of the day, it always comes back to mutual respect and legacy. Floyd recognizes that the young fighter he once guided has grown into a true superstar, and despite their ups and downs, he still wants to see Tank reach his full potential and keep shining at the top.
This is a mismatch, and I believe that Jake Paul will knock Tank Davis out, maybe in the third, maybe in the fourth round. Tank will try to move, he will try to stick and move. It's not gonna work out for him, and he will eventually get knocked out.
More and more boxing insiders are starting to see what Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford have been saying all along. Sure, Jake Paul's size gives him an advantage on paper, but when it comes to skill, timing, and ring IQ, Gervonta Tank Davis is simply on another level. The weight difference might sound huge, but anyone who's spent real time in a boxing gym knows how that story usually ends. When elite skill meets raw size without true experience or ring intelligence behind it, the outcome becomes pretty predictable. And that's exactly what everyone's watching for right now.
He was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight, and now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta.
Legendary boxing analyst Teddy Atlas also weighed in on the matchup, and as always, he didn't hold back. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Atlas pointed out the first thing that jumps out when you see Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis side by side, the size difference. It's massive. He said the gap in height alone is close to 8 inches, and the reach advantage makes it look even more uneven. Still, Atlas was quick to add that size doesn't tell the whole story. He acknowledged that while Jake might be the bigger man, Tank holds the real edge where it matters, in skill, experience, and ring IQ. Atlas even joked that if Tank lands clean on Jake's chin with the kind of power he has, Jake might end up doing an involuntary dance across the ring
at Tank Davis or Jake Paul. So, immediately, yeah, a normal layman would say, oh, Tank Davis is better. But better at what? Is he better at selling tickets? Is he better at selling stadiums out? Is he better at creating controversy? Is he better at getting followed on Instagram? Is he better at putting more eyeballs on the boxing? Is he better than him at that? The answer would be no. But is he better at him in a fight? It has to be really, you have to break it down.
That's the point many fans and analysts keep coming back to. Jake might have the size, but Tank hits like a truck. And it's not just about raw power. It's the timing, the accuracy, and the precision behind every shot. When you add that to the fact that Tank's been facing faster, more technical fighters than Jake for years, the size difference starts to matter a lot less. Teddy Atlas even reminded his viewers that boxing history is filled with moments where the smaller man outclassed the bigger one. That's the essence of the sport. Skill and composure often outweigh pure size. Being bigger helps, sure, but it's never been the deciding factor once the bell rings and the real fight begins.